the world's first quintillionaire with this shit.
Your mom!
You want me to melt your intestines again?
My uncle was a warlock and my auntie was a necromancer.
Really?
No, Scout, but that would be pretty neat, wouldn't it?
Kill you soon, fellas. Kill you soon, fellas. Kill you soon, fellas.
Hi, Heavy!
Hello, and welcome to this video. Today we are going to be going over the whole lore of Somewhat Real, because I like torturing myself. So, little disclaimer first. I will be splitting this video up into multiple parts. This will only be covering episodes 1 through 10, maybe 2 or 3 parts covering all the episodes, then a part going over the whole timeline of events, and then maybe a little spotlight on the different characters in the series, because that just sounds fun. Hey, Andrew here. Just wanted to tell you that while editing this, I realized if I did 10 episodes, it would end up being about an hour long. And since I don't think anyone wants to sit through that, I am splitting it further and only covering the first 5 episodes. Yeah. So, enjoy the rest of the video. Now, Somewhat Real is a TF2 YouTuber who creates animations of the TF2 characters using the 15 AI voice generators for the TF2 characters. Probably know about those. Anyway, he uses Gmod for these animations, though with the quality of more recent videos, wouldn't be surprised if he's also using SFM. Somewhat himself uses this little like Lego looking robot guy as his own self-insert. Rarely, doesn't show up too often, but it's fun when he does. His first video was back in 2022, and has since that little joke video evolved into quite the intriguing storyline. So let's get into it. Well, the first episode in the series is Scout tries to sell Demo Man NFTs. Yeah, that name is a pretty good synopsis already, but here is basically what happens. Well, Scout and Demo Man start talking. This is one of the amazing universes where Demo Man is a voice of reason instead of just a wild drunkard, which is, I love that hilarious thing. Anyway, we also hear from Delman that this episode takes place during the COVID pandemic. Yeah, that's just useful information. Anyway, through dialogue with Scout, we learned that Delman and Heavy almost went into business, but had differing ideas of what to sell, and so it didn't go anywhere. Delman wanted to sell alcohol, Heavy wanted to sell sandwiches. Very fun stuff. Very, yeah, neither. They did apparently couldn't sell both, apparently. Yeah. Anyway, so basically, Scout begins to talk to Delman about NFTs and making money fast, and basically using all of the basic arguments that every teacher from 2021 was making, all those annoying, seriously, that, memories. Anyway, the Delman does not buy into the NFTs. He is skeptical, and he is right to be. Uh, though, to be fair, the Scout does explain NFTs really well. But he is just trying to sell them off to Demoman. Yeah. So, after a little time cut, we have Demoman coming to confront Scout because he read in the news about a guy who lost all his money to an NFT. Real story, by the way. crazy. Um, and NG's there, and NG supports NFTs. NG invested $15,000 in NFTs. And so they asked Heavy, and Heavy made $15,000 in NFTs. Yeah, he scammed NG. Poor NG. Though to be fair, NG actually does pull out some pretty good and fair points about NFTs. But again, we know they don't work. So, a little later, Demo and Heavy decide to play a little prank on NG and Scout by presenting them with the world's first physical NFT. And NG begins losing it. His face begins deforming, especially his mouth. He begins going crazy. He tries to pay $20,000 out of pocket, which is insane. And well, they ultimately give him the NFT because he's losing it. And this is the formation of what would later be known as the Crypto NG, one of the main antagonists of the series. Man, it's gonna be crazy when we get into that later, but I really feel bad for NG. Next up is Spy's terrible stand-up comedy routine is ruined. Yeah, another self-explanatory title. Not quite what you expect this time. So, we start with Spy getting ready to do his performance, with an audience of cardboard cutouts and only Heavy and Scout as actual audience members. Spy disguises himself as medic and sniper to do a little comedy skit of about them making fun of them. Very fun. Heavy quite enjoys it, but Scout doesn't really. Yeah. Then he undisguises himself and does actual stand up. Uh, Scout doesn't like it. Heavy is fine with it. And then Heavy chokes on his sandwich. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, Heavy chokes to death, and Spy is sad. Then Scout and Spy start arguing about how bad Spy's routine is, because, but instead of helping Heavy, great friends, really. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, uh, it turned into a bigger fight when Spy does your mom joke. Only it wasn't a joke, and he, in the heat of the argument, reveals that him and Scout's mother are engaged, which, very nice, happy for them. Scout is not. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Actually, it turns into a gunfight. It's crazy. But before they can like straight up kill each other, the door opens and there's NG with way too big of a face, and he asks where the Heavy is. So after a little bit, and after hearing NG arrive, Heavy turns out to not actually be dead, which yay. And then as Scout and Spy escape out of fear, NG says, "See you fellas," over and over and over, and it actually starts turning into. It goes from "See you soon, fellas" to "Kill you soon, fellas," which, wow. Just wow. Heavy tries to escape, but is stopped by Medic and caught by NG. Do a little cut. We have Spy tries to be more cordial and telling Scout yes, that Spy and Scout's mother are engaged. Just try and be nice about it, Yeah, unfortunately, Scout was a blue spy the entire time. And Spy killed the blue Scout, so Scout wouldn't find out about that sensitive information. So, yeah. And then the real scout told Spy that NG had been missing since the last episode, since the physical NFT incident. Yeah. So we do another cut to Heavy and Medic in Uber fighting the Crypto NG. Like, it's quite cool. And here's where we get our first showcase of Crypto NG's powers. Yeah, he can just create and manipulate money out of just straight up. It's kind of crazy. Scout and Spy arrive to help the Medic and Heavy, and they end up shooting him into a cage and close him off. But the fact that they shot him and he was fine shows how much durability this no longer NG has. They then make a little plan to help NG. Though Spy says they should just put NG out of his misery. But Medic promises, I'm gonna try and help NG. Then do another cut to a little later, and they have managed to snap NG back into his right mind. Though, well, with video games. But then he begins occasionally screaming like the Crypto NG, revealing that he's not that Crypto is still there. And yeah, don't mention NFTs around this, guys. It won't end well. The third episode in our running is Inside Crypto NG's Mind. I don't know why I did the deep voice only at the end of it. I should have done it through the whole thing. Anyway, so we start the episode going through the base, and we find NG in a cage, clearly having regressed way too far into Crypto. Yeah. Medic reveals. Well, we cut to Medic, and he tells Heavy that he can bring back NG for a short amount of time, but he'll always regress back into Crypto. But he has a cure in development, which is good. So, to run some tests, Medic and Heavy, with like the mad lads they are, force a blue engineer that they kidnapped to make a teleporter into the cage and send him in there. Yeah, Medic is clearly insane, and he admits to torturing the blue engineer. Just listen to this.
You will be our test subject tonight.
No!
I had him build the teleporter entrance over there and place a teleporter exit in the cell while our NG was outside. I'm gonna teleport the blue NG into the cell and see what happens.
Oh!
Isn't that a bit cruel, Doctor? Yes, it is. I'm thinking the creeper is gonna eat his head like he tried to do to you a few weeks ago. Good thing you were there and managed to Uber me right on time, Doctor. I haven't planted or filled my crow chips inside the blue NG's head. If the creeper tries to eat his head, he'll swallow the chips, and we'll be able to take a look inside his mind. That sounds like a good plan, Doctor. You, step on that teleporter.
No!
I don't want to. Yes. Do you want me to melt your intestines again? Next time, I'm gonna let you agonize for 3 hours before restoring them.
Yeah, anyway, they use microchips in the blue engineer's head to read the Crypto NG's mind once he kills the blue engineer. Because they're banking on Crypto eating the blue NG's head. Which he does. It's kind of horrifying. So we get to see inside of NG's mind, where it is a bunch of red rooms, very bloody looking. The true NG is frail, malnourished, missing his feet, I think, and his helmet. The Crypto appears as a giant, monstrous head that is torturing the true NG. Shows NG visions of him killing NG's friends. He also keeps talking about how the mind is his. It's honestly really sad. I want to give the real NG a hug. I feel so bad for him. The computer that Medic and Heavy are watching on then sparks and turns off. Medic said they learned a lot, but he will need to study more. And then Creepto jump scares them through the technology, which kind of tangent, but this shows that Creepto has some sort of technological infection ability, which is very scary and well, yeah, yeah. Ugh, it's creepy, man. Next up on our list is Lazy Bones, which we're starting to see not so self explanatory titles, but we're not done with them yet. Anyway, it starts with Sniper, Demo, and Soldier just kind of chatting, having fun, doing stuff, and they end up talking about Scout, how just effed up his sleep schedule is. Just like me, for real, for real. Yeah. Uh, Soldier, well, Demo Man says that uh, Scout is has lazy bones, or is a lazy bones, and Soldier takes that literally and determines to help Scout. Sniper and Demo pretend to support Soldier to prank Scout. Really, what a great team. Uh, Soldier finds Scout crying in bed. Yeah, I feel like there's probably some lore there, but we never get it. And then we get the epic Soldier break-in scene. Just watch. Truly epic. Well, anyway, Shoulder hits Scout with a solid hit in the crotch with I don't even know what it is. It's a whippy thing. Uh, yeah, Soldier continues to discipline Scout with violence, and actually ends up paralyzing Scout. And so Soldier uh, goes to Medic. We get a little scene of NG being rehabilitated, and well, Soldier borrows Medic's bone removing machine or washing machine. Yeah, that's how it happens. Yeah, to remove Scout's lazy bones. Yeah, so somehow Scout survives the skeleton removal, and also the skeleton is its own living entity. Wow. So, the skeleton warns Soldier to stay back, and also uses Sans from Undertale, uses his text box, and it's kind of hilarious. So Soldier pulls out calcium in liquid form. Yeah, milk. Uh, and drinks it in front of, or threatens to drink it in front of the skeleton as psychological warfare, and skeleton demands the milk. This is such a goofy episode, but we love it. Yeah. So Megalovania starts playing, and then Soldier downs the skeleton one hit, and the skeleton is just like, dude, I'm a skeleton. I need muscles and stuff. Yeah, yeah. So Soldier goes back to Medic to ask how to revive Scout, and in that time, NG somehow ate his own hands, and apparently this is a common occurrence since the Creepto took over, and yeah, he's also really kind of like adorable with how he says sorry. We love NG. NG is the best boy. Anyway, so Soldier gets on advice from Medic on how to maybe restore Scout. And are you ready to hear the ingredients for restoring Scout's skeleton? So you need Scout, you need the skeleton. you need one small medipack, one large medipack, a bonk, milk, some milk, one entire dispenser, Sonic the Hedgehog, and an entire second washing machine, all put into this washing machine. Then turn on the machine. The machine explodes in blinding white light. Scout and the washing machine are both fine. The Scout has trauma. He may have actually become God for like a millisecond. It's hilarious. Also, somehow this cured Scout's depression. So I guess Soldier succeeded at his job. Good times.
So, how are you feeling, soldier? Feeling a bit better?
I just had the most excruciating experience of my life. I felt like a million needles pierced through my body at the same time, and felt like my own existence was being violently torn apart. Stretched across the entire universe, then compressed into a singularity thousands of times, in a matter of seconds. I felt pain and despair beyond any possible comprehension. I felt the entirety of all existence in a void at the same time.
But are you still feeling tired? That is the only thing I want to know, Scout. Answer the fucking question.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Then it worked.
Yeah, I've been feeling like shit for weeks, but now I'm as good as new.
Let's go meet the rest of the team and let them know of the good news, pal.
So, our next one, halfway through this video, is Sniper gets possessed by a ghost. We're back to the very self-explanatory titles. Well, we start with Scout running through the halls. We briefly see NG actually being functional enough to help with a match, and Red Team wins a match. Woo! Also, apparently the team can just understand whatever Pyro's saying, despite the mask, which is very nice. And yeah, the folks are kind of just celebrating. They have the blue team tied up. It's interesting. Spy wants to interrogate the blue team members for information killing them. Anyway, meanwhile, Pyro wants to prove that he can dance fight, but he slips on a banana peel that Heavy threw on the ground. Heavy, how could you litter like this? I trusted you. I believed in you. How could you? Well, anyway, Pyro, due to slipping, drops his flare gun, which fires, narrowly missing Sniper, but lights Sniper's hat on fire. He then lights fully on fire and begins running to the medic in a panic. Yeah, he moves so fast that he literally kills the blue team by running through them, turning them into ghosts. But medic immediately heals Sniper, and Sniper just snaps out of the panic instantly. How do you do that? Can I have some of whatever he's taken? Seems like good stuff. Anyway, the blue Sniper's ghost floats into Sniper, possessing him. He starts T-posing and sliding around. He goes to a room filled with dead bodies and uses some ghost magic to turn the bodies into zombies. And the zombies begin chasing the red team. They manage to escape and reunite at a little base. Yeah. Yeah. Also, so we have them all preparing to fight, and Soldier pulls a flipping bazooka out of his helmet like Mary Poppins' bag.
What?
You look like Mary Poppins.
Is he cool?
Hell yeah, he's cool.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
He tries to shoot the rocket at Sniper, but Sniper just flips the missile back around and back at Soldier. He loses arms, but is saved by Spy, and then healed by Medic later on. Well, the gang meets up with Demo, and Demo knows Sniper is possessed by a ghost. Makes a little quip about his about his aunt and uncle being witches or something like that. Can't quite remember. But actually, it's because he read one of Marasmus's books, and Marasmus is the man for the job. So Soldier tries to call Marasmus, but fails miserably. So Demo takes the phone and calls Marasmus, gives him all the details. He lies and says that Miss Pong is in danger to get Marasmus to help, but it works. And Marasmus gives instructions on how to cure Sniper, and they gotta get him to sneeze. The power of sneezes, everyone. So Pyro volunteers to make Sniper sneeze because it was his fault. He tries to intimidate the zombies, they just laugh at him, and he goes back saying he failed. Anyway, Spy creates an amazing team plan to cure the Sniper. They decide to leave Pyro because he caused the mess, and NG because of Creepto, because Creepto is still a big problem. The plan seems to be going well, but it fails at the last moment due to Sniper having hidden zombies, which ambush Soldier and Spy. He also unleashes even more zombies to overwhelm the others. So NG scrapes together enough sanity to give Pyro the motivation to help and save the day. Pyro has an awesome moment and manages to get the Sniper to sneeze. Though Sniper just doesn't sneeze initially and laughs as if it didn't work, and then sneezes, and the ghost is exorcised, and zombies return to being dead. And the gang thanks Pyro for saving the day. Though we don't see the ghost we won't see the ghost again in this video, they do return. Ghosty will return. Stick around for part 2. And that was the first few episodes of Somewhat Real series. Yeah, I will be doing part 2 soon, though my next video will probably be Skibidi Madness 1 through 4. But since I doubt anyone watching this video cares about my Skibidi Toilet fan series, yeah, is what it is. See y'all in part 2.